Welcome. Today we are in Park City, Utah, and we'll be reviewing the Armstrong climb. So we're starting at the Silver Star chairlift, and the bike I'm riding in this video is my 2016 Trek Remedy with the 27.5-inch wheels or tires, and I'll just be going through and highlighting some of the harder sections and then also some areas where you can catch a break on this climb. So if you're new to the area and riding here, or like passing through and want to ride it, you can check it out and see what it's like and if you feel like you're up to it. It is a pretty hard climb due to the elevation, so keep an eye on the distance on the bottom there and the elevation, kind of get an idea for where in the climb we are. And here's the first tricky part that screwed me up the first time, is it's this right here in the grass. Kind of tricky, so you gotta duck off the double track there and keep heading up. And then here we'll transition into this first flatter section where we cut across the ski slope. It's pretty easy, but it's a good chance to catch your breath right towards the beginning. Hopefully you're covered in that flat section going across the ski lift, because here we're going to have a little rocky steep setup to this little step up here with the rocks. You just got to make it up over that and power through the chunky little rock garden there towards the top, and then you get some relief coming around the corner, and then you can catch your breath again a little bit before heading down this downhill section. Well, not really downhill. I feel it might be a little downhill, but it's mostly just flatter now, so you can gain some speed and have some fun and let the heart rate come down, because you're not going to have a whole lot of chances to recover and have fun until you get to the top. So I guess enjoy. Sometimes the gradient here isn't true, it's lags a little along with the speed, so but hopefully it helps give everybody an idea of what the trail's actually like in doing. Here we're coming in a little further in the trail to this kind of narrow, ledgy, rocky section. I just want to kind of include it in case you don't like riding on rocky sections next to ledges. It's on this trail quite a bit, and I don't know, it's just kind of a lot of the trails kind of sort of like this. You get spots where it's nice, smooth, and a lot of just little rocks and pebbles and stuff. And then we get to the next ski hill crossing, so another little chance to catch your breath and recover a little. It gets pretty flat, and then here it ducks into the trees right again, so which can kind of be tricky depending on the light. It might be hard to see, but for this turn you want to stay to your right. I took the wrong line in this first turn, and it totally slowed me down in the second turn, so if you would have stayed wider going to that first little turn, it would have been better. Here we have our first split to Dawn's Trail on your left, so stay to the right and you'll stay headed up the Armstrong Trail. And here we're coming into a section where you do this little switchback. There's a lot of switchbacks on the trail that send you right into rock gardens. Most of them are just little sort of chunky rocks that you can roll pretty easily. And most of the rock gardens like this one here, there's definitely a smoother line through it, but there's nothing that you can't just pedal and power through. Unfortunately, the higher you go, you get more and more of this on the trail, which kind of makes it a little stinky. As you can see here, we have a quick uphill that ends into a chunky rock gardeny section that if you're going slow, it's just going to stop you. There's no easy way to get around it. So here we are in the last kind of downhill flatty section that I have any sort of remembrance of or notes of. And you get a little bit of a break here. It's just kind of rocky and chunky. You can kind of see that's kind of how this trail is. If it's not kind of smooth, it's rooty and rocky at this point. But it makes it fun. You gotta kind of weave your way around a little bit, find the smooth line through. It makes it a lot of little puzzles scattered throughout the trail. But yeah, then it kind of ends and start climbing again, and you get into more switchbacks and stuff thrown in here with rocks will be coming up. But yeah, this is just kind of a taste of what the trail looks like again. And just, I guess, if you can, save your strength in case you need to power through something. My only word of advice. Now the elevation is a little crazy here, but yeah, here we have a tight switchback, so lots of those, so great practice for switchbacks. And then the trail kind of smooths out here a little bit, and then we'll eventually, coming up here around this turn, we get into this rock garden. I think everybody usually goes right. Oh, hold on here. I got a little ahead of myself. Here we go. Yeah, most people go right, but I thought that going over the rut looked like the quickest, most direct route, which I think it is the fastest line if you just clear that rut. But if you have no more power, you can't clear the rut, then it's slower. I think I made it through clean, just kind of stalled out. Here we have a split at the Ham Trail, so stay to the right. You'll keep going up. If you take a left, you'll be headed back down. And if you want to stop, there's a bench there to enjoy the view. Here we have a tricky rut section that doesn't look that tricky, but at this point I'm kind of tired. And as you can see, I got hung up on the little rut. Didn't get my rear tire up and over it. And it stopped me. Bummer. Next time though. Here we're coming up to one of the trickiest but my favorite parts of the trail. So it's this rocky lead up, so it totally saps your speed. If you can see, just kind of crawling along. I think the gradient's off again, but it's definitely uphill. And then you can see these riders up ahead of me are making their way through it. It's this tight switchback into a bunch of rocks, and it's just tricky because the switchback's tight, and then you have to like make your way through some rocks. I think I had a dab there, but yeah, it's gotta be able to get enough speed and power to get up and over the little step. I don't know, maybe it's 6 inches of a step, but if you're stopped and gasping, it's hard. But it makes it for a challenging climb, and it keeps it interesting and keeps you on your toes. Then here we're coming up to the mid-mountain trail junction, so we're taking a left here to keep climbing. Seeing as Armstrong's an uphill only trail, I figured I'd add a little bonus climb to it to connect to something to drop us down. And here we are on the mid-mountain trail, which is a really fun trail. The parts I've done, yeah, just cruising along. We're making our way to the Pinecone Ridge split. So just cruising along, still a little climbing and rocks, but nothing too crazy after everything that we've come through. I hope this video was informative to you and help you understand the Armstrong Trail better and what it entails to ride it. Please leave me any comments if you found this climb video useful. Thank you.